everybody, how are we doing today? I'm just putting the light on. It's a little bit dark, isn't it? How are we all doing on this lovely Thursday? It's my son's birthday today. He's 22, so that's my youngest as well. He's gone into work today, so I always book my day off, my birthday off, when it's, you know, and he's just decided to still go into work. So do let me know if you are here live today, because we've got a great one today. Please pop in the comments if you're here live, say hello, and if you're catching up on replay, do a hashtag replay. So today's session is all about, hey Gail, lovely to see you. Today's all about money and your own self-worth. So it's like the number one reason why you're not getting the money that you desire, and how we're going to change it today. So it'll be great to have, hey Claire, lovely to see you. So just please do join in today. Do let me know what your biggest ahas are as we go through. And please do comment. Hey Hazel, lovely to see you. Haven't seen you for a while. Okay, so let's go through. So today's all about money. We either love it or we hate it, but it's one of those subjects, isn't it, that kind of gets everybody talking, So, but, you know, do you ever wonder what the reasons are about, you know, how does your own self-worth impact your ability to allow yourself to earn, receive, and hold on to more money? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So how much money, if you ask yourself now, how much money are you allowing yourself to make? Sounds a bit bizarre, doesn't it? Sounds a bit weird. But, you know, if you are getting, you know, are you not getting the money that you desire? You know, you're not earning your worth. And you know that you are really, you know, there's kind of, you're working really hard, but you still seem to end up getting the same amount each month. Or you pay yourself hardly anything, or you, again, it's that up and down cycle, isn't it? That, you know, you have a great month and then you have a rubbish month, or that suddenly an unexpected bill comes up just when you think that you've got yourself sorted. And that is down to your own self-sabotaging. So we're capping the amount that you are allowing yourself to make. Hey Joanne, lovely to see you. So you might have heard about like an earnings cap, or and you know, somewhere where we cap the amount that we earn, like a wealth thermostat. I call it like the wealth thermostat in my programs, but it's basically the upper limit that you're allowing yourself to make. So if you find that any of those things that I've just said resonate with you, you might have an internal money cap. You know, if you look back over the last few years, are you literally earning the same sort of amount? You might go up a little bit one month and down a little bit, but if you averaged it all out, you can see that there's some kind of cap. And that is where it's our own internal cap, and we begin self-sabotaging to bring everything back down to that level that you're comfortable with. And the number one reason why you are doing that will be down to your own self-worth and belief. It is where it has nothing actually to do with the money. Remember that money itself is just energy. It will be your own attitude and that your mindset that you are blocking your own potential. I've got a course starting next week. I've got the NLP practitioner coaching course, and you know, we've got a great bunch of people actually on the course already, and I've got a couple of people that would really love to join the course, but the money is the bit that stops them doing it. And that's where we almost need to change our focus, because it's not actually the money at all. It is, hey lovely, hey Nikki, great to see you. We'll be speaking to you in a minute. Yeah, it's not actually the money itself. It's your own ability to be able to, you know, generate that money consistently. And I had one lady in my last practitioner course who was very much saying, you know, I'd really love to do this. It's been on my agenda for so long. I really want to get the qualifications. I kind of want to boost my expert status, and this course does all of that. But she said, but I can't, you know, I'll have to do the monthly payment plan because I can't afford to pay in full. And we set up a plan that suited her, that she felt comfortable, because I know the minute you then commit, all lots of things start working to help you actually support you in achieving that goal. And I tell you, within the month, she'd actually had a tax refund that was the exact amount that she needed to pay the course off in full. So she paid it off in full. I also have people that start payment plans, do a couple of months, and then because of the mindset shifts that we do on the course, then they're able to pay off the remainder and stop the payment plan. So it's not the money itself, it's actually this deep programming that you've actually had. And it's linked to also your own beliefs about your ability to be able to do it, to be able to make the money, and your own self-worth. So how much do you value yourself? Let me know in the comments, how many times do you do things for other people, but you don't do things for yourself, and you're almost, you know, giving your time away. You know, you give way too much value, you give your time away, you maybe bargain with your prices, and you don't feel good enough to earn the money. And that's when you actually then start devaluing yourself. So you unconsciously do things to make the achievement of whatever you want absolutely impossible. So that's where you might procrastinate, or you take on too much, or you start taking on lower earning work. You can become distracted by that. And sometimes you're even ashamed to admit that money even matters to you. You want to play down the money bit. That you don't want to, you know, say that you would really like to make more money. Because they, you know, you think that they might feel greedy, or, you know, they might think you're greedy if you want more. Claire, you've not made any money in such a long time. Your partner walked out. I know you've had some real stuff going on. I can't see all of that. Bit the bullet, and you've written your gratitude journal, brilliant, a fitness planner, and you're selling them on Etsy. Oh, that's amazing. And you passed your massage diploma. That's fantastic. So that's brilliant. You know, so there is always, it's never about the actual money. It's always your mindset around the money itself. And it will be down to that you are, you know, your own self-worth and your own belief about it. You might try and justify your current situation, and you almost use your current situation. So Claire, you could have actually said, because this has happened to me, that means I won't be able to make any money. But you've just proved that wrong. That actually it's nothing to do with your situation. You can actually, you know, there are different ways if we actually change our beliefs and mindset around it. You know, because the point is that all of this stuff is self-imposed. You know, have you ever, you know, you will grow as a person, and the money will flow from that. Absolutely. And you come across then as more confident, and suddenly you start gaining the momentum. And that's when good stuff starts happening. You know, have you ever, sorry, I keep having a tickle in my throat at the minute. Okay. The point is that your net worth is a direct reflection of your self-worth. So if you ever considered what your attitude towards money and wealth is, and your own beliefs about money affect how how your life is. because we've got to get to the root cause of the problem and do that internal work to replace those feelings of unworthiness with a solid sense of your own value. And so in order to actually deal with your money issues, we need to go deeper than that. We need to actually explore not just your feelings about money, but also your feeling about yourself. Because as I've just said, at its heart, money issues are issues of self-worth, and they determine your network. So if you don't believe you are worth a lot, then your bank account balance will reflect that. So when you've got that attitude of scarcity around money, it creates those barriers between you and your financial success. You're constantly worried about not having enough, and money then becomes negative for you. And then the more and more, it's a vicious cycle, isn't it? Because the more and more you think about not having enough, the worse it seems to get. And that's where you're not in control of your finances control you. And the core reason will be that you're not making the money that you want because you don't believe that you can have it or that you feel worthy of it. And so until we feel worthy deep on the inside, we are still going to have this cycle continue for us. So I just want to ask you some questions now. What would you say your own self-esteem, self-worth is like now? If I said to score yourself now, between 0 being zilch, absolutely no self-worth whatsoever, and 10 mean yes, you absolutely fully believe you're worthy and you love yourself, all of those things. So between 0 and 10, what would you score yourself now of where your self-worth is? Let's see what we get from that. And then I'm going to just ask you some more questions as we go through. Oh, we've got an 8. Wonderful, Jan. That's absolutely fantastic. How do you think that if you're an 8, how do you think that correlates with your income? Does, is that coming out? Does that sort of correlate? Claire, you're a 3, and acknowledge that it needs to work on it. Yes, so you celebrated your first journal sale. That is really good. So let me ask you now, what are your money memories, and how does that affect, how you think about yourself? Because those memories will shape your money stories. Yeah, not yet, but it will. So I want you to start off these couple of things that I want you to do first of all. And this is something that I've been doing as well for some time as well, and I've got it on my reminders on my phone. But the first thing, I want you to accept any compliments that you get from anyone. Just say thank you for them instead of just brushing them off. So if somebody says, "Oh, I love your top," usually what we can find ourselves doing is we go, "Oh, this old thing, oh, I got that in the sale. Oh, I've had this one for ages." And we then start trying to justify it and start trying to actually play it down. Or if somebody says, "Oh, your hair looks nice today," again, you'll go, "Oh gosh, I've just put this old clip in and clipped it up today. Oh, I feel a mess actually." So how many of you find it hard to accept compliments? Or if you've made some sales, or again you go, "Oh, I wish I could have made more." So you play down everything and not accept the compliment. So just let me know in the comments there how you feel about accepting compliments. If I said to you, "I love your jumper," would you then try and justify it, or would you say, "Oh, thanks so much, I love this jumper too"? So Claire, parents never had enough. You would never ask for anything because you didn't want them to feel bad. Yeah, and so that will be affecting your ability to actually ask for money now, actually. So have a think about those from a compliments. Because I'm going to give you a little exercise that I want you to do today. So first of all, the first thing, you always jokingly insult yourself when someone compliments you, Claire. Yeah, that is the usual reaction that we actually get. Or if somebody asks you maybe what you charge, you may try and play it down or something. I mean, there is a difference between offering, say, payment plans to help somebody join something and then crossing your boundaries. So there is a difference between that. Okay, so I want you, Joanne, you would normally justify it, but you're going to say thank you from now on. Yes, perfect. So I want you all now to write down a little post-it note that you are going to accept compliments with ease. And then if somebody says something to you, you're just going to go, thank you, really appreciate it. And then I want you to actually, every single day, I want you to write one thing you are grateful for about yourself every day. And I want you to do a different thing every day, because it's really easy to start off with. And this is the bit, it gets much easier. When you first start off, you think, oh, I can't do that. So what do you value about yourself and what are you grateful for about yourself? And I want you to do that every day. So you might be thinking, what on earth this has got to do with money? But I guarantee you, when you start valuing yourself more, the money will start flowing. So I want you to start writing every day from now on, and I've got it to comes up as a reminder on my phone. I want you to write down one thing you are grateful for about yourself every day. But like I said, it has to be different every day. And then I want you to list the ways that you give value to the world, regardless of whether it's work related or personal, whatever it is, but I want you to actually do that as well. So there's 3 things that you're going to be doing every day. And that will start building up your self-esteem as well as your your worthiness. Because if you continually tell yourself that your worthiness is dependent on money, so not irrelevant of it, you start to believe that and you link the two together. So we've got to start changing the story that we're telling ourselves. Because you don't want this narrative, if you are in a bit of a sticky situation with money right now, you don't want that story to continue. You want to change that story. So I want you to actually think about, what is the story you're telling yourself? And, I want you to change that. The point is, if you think about, and again, if you're a mom as well, you might find this even more, that we are always helping other people and we are far down the pile. Now, if you use the analogy of, if you're on a plane, what do they always teach you in the little demo that they do? They always tell you to put your own mask on first before you help anybody else. So we now have to start putting ourselves first, valuing ourselves, and then we feel worthy of everything that we have. So we're not waiting on, oh, I will be happy when I've earned this, or I won't be happy, I'll be happy when this happens, or I will, I'll feel more secure when this money comes in. We actually then value ourselves first before that happens. And the point is here that, the successful people, they still have the fear and the doubt and things like that comes up. But if they've built themselves up to value themselves, they actually ride the fear. They carry on anyway, and they come out of their comfort zone because they believe completely in what it is that they're offering. So I want you to be thinking exactly the same. And actually another way to kind of increase your self-worth is to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. So instead of being, of being afraid of maybe going live or making some sales calls or putting in yourself in a situation where you've got to ask for money, then really I want you to step up to that and put yourself in those uncomfortable situations, because it does start actually building your self-worth up. So I want you to now start treating yourself as the top thing. That, you know, if you actually do any of Louise Hay's work, or if you've ever done any of her exercises, she does the exercise of, you know, taking it further, the ones that I've just given you, and actually saying to yourself in the mirror, I love myself. So I want you to now start treating yourself the way you would treat your best friend. You know, how would you talk to your best friend? How would you, you know, would you show kindness to them and patience and, you know, no negative self-judgment? So I want you to actually put yourself first from now on. And I want you to then watch how that then has an impact on the money that you earn as well. Please do let me know what your takeaways are from today, what your biggest ahas are. I'd love to hear from them. From you all. And let me know how you get on with accepting your compliments. I would love to hear about that. Okay, guys, I will see you next week, and have a wonderful weekend. Like I said, we've got my son's birthday, so we'll be celebrating tonight when he's back from work. All right, speak to you later. Bye.